Hello and a big welcome from Leeds. We're ready to kickstart UK Parliament with you and celebrate democracy.
There's lots of ways to get involved and get empowered. So let's see how some of you have been celebrating democracy.
Democracy is all about people having a say. It's about giving power to the people. And eventually, when you're old enough to vote, you'll have a chance to have a say about who makes the decisions on our behalf. In the UK, we live in what we call a representative democracy. So we're not here in Parliament every day saying yes or no to ideas for new laws, but instead we elect or vote for people that do that on our behalf. So once you're old enough to vote, when you're 18 in a general election, you get to choose the MP to represent your local area, who will then be your voice in Parliament. So that's why it's really important that you vote, because if you're not happy with the way that something's happening, or if there's a change that you really want to make, it's the MP that you vote for that has the power to be able to do that.
I'm Munira Wilson and I'm the Liberal Democrat MP for Twickenham, and in the House of Commons you can normally find me sitting somewhere over there, probably about third bench back towards the aisle.
My name's Ian McNichol, Lord McNichol of West Kilbride. I am one of the Deputy Speakers in the House of Lords, and I am also frontbench spokesperson for the Labour Party.
I'm Alexander Stafford. I'm the Conservative Member of Parliament for Rother Valley in South Yorkshire.
Democracy, in my own words, would be politics which is catered for the people, with one specific leader that can make sure that the people's rights and wants and needs are all delivered.
The thing that makes me really angry is I think lots of politicians and governments in general ignore children because you don't have a vote, but you will have a vote and your parents have a vote, and this is your world.
Ultimately, Parliament is kind of full of the people that actually work on your behalf, and they make the decisions that impact you guys, kind of from how much a can of cola might cost in the shop or the types of things that you might learn about at school. These are all things that Parliament get to decide on and all things that affect you. So one of the main messages that we really want young people to take away is how they can actually get involved.
Today we had a debate about if children under 10 should go to prison. And we looked at the different points and views of that argument, such as the upbringing, the external factors, but also the social responsibility and the moral values that children should be learning in schools right now.
I think the most important thing is to participate in democracy. I think the number of 18-year-olds, 18 to 21-year-olds who are voting in elections, I think has been going up recently, but we need more young people to vote. The biggest reason why some politicians and some political parties want to block votes at 16 is because they think that young people won't go out and vote or they don't understand the issues. I want you to prove them wrong.
Imagine you turn a blind eye on a 10-year-old who committed a severe crime, maybe a murder. Wouldn't that technically encourage the 10-year-old to go and commit another crime?
What we're saying is that maybe they could be put in a centre, which is less like a prison, and then there they could be taking all that extra learning that they need and still be separated from society, not allowed to just roam the streets.
Some of the best skills are actually listening skills, being able to listen to people, being able to listen to the debate, understand the issues, understand what people's concerns are, even if it's not obvious in the first instance.
When that child grows up and becomes an established member of society, they will just continue to do these offences. So if you don't nip the bud while they're still young, you're just creating another criminal.
Well, you may not understand what rehabilitation is, but what we're trying to do is get them to change. And so the fact is that we're not creating criminals, we're trying to get them to understand what is right and wrong for themselves.
Have a think about other people's perspectives. Well, why does somebody else think the opposite to me? And when you can understand what people who disagree with you think and why they think it, it makes your ability to argue and to debate them even stronger.
To summarise everything that we said during this debate, we still believe firmly that children should be incarcerated.
We don't believe that they should still get the same sentence as children, and even if they get the same crime, they aren't going to benefit our nation by sitting in cells. Well, their education is going to all fall behind, and when they grow up, they're not going to benefit anyone.
I think it's important because it shows us how in the UK we're able to have the choice to have a freedom of speech, which not many countries that have access to do that. So we're able to voice our opinion and have a little bit of experience beforehand when we are old enough to do it ourselves.
Some skills I put in practice today while doing that debate were being respectful, tolerant, and trying to repair those faults and make sure that our rebuttal is very strong.
It's your UK Parliament!
Parliament makes decisions that affect every part of your life, whether that's your schooling, whether it's how much taxes you pay. Parliament makes decisions that affect your life. And because the House of Lords, no individual party has a majority, you need to win the argument.
It's not just people down in London making decisions about things that don't impact you, but they're making decisions that affect the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So I think it's so important for you all to learn about what happens here in Parliament, because also one day you'll be voting for the people that work in here and make those laws. So it'll be really good for you to be able to understand that system and how things work and how your vote will matter in the future.
I think it's really important for young people to have a say. Being able to vote on different issues is really important as well, to help get a more younger perspective.
I think it'd be really interesting to maybe get to interact a little bit with some of the people that actually do work there.
My name is Hilary Benn. I'm the Member of Parliament for Leeds Central. I represent the people who live in my community, and democracy is a very precious thing. It was hard fought for. It's fragile, it needs to be nurtured, it needs to be protected. It's our Parliament, it's everybody's Parliament. It's here for the people of the country.
In Parliament, we have our MP who is the voice for everyone in the area. We have the freedom to message them and voice our own opinions to them, and I think we're very lucky to have that.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper.
So if you wanted to get in touch with a member of the House of Lords, you can go onto the parliamentary website. You can search for people by name or probably more importantly by interest, and then underneath it there will be their email address. And if you make a good argument, they may well take your argument and use it in Parliament.
Would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter?
So my name's James Daly. I'm the Member of Parliament for Bury North. I, as a Member of Parliament, want every single person, no matter their age, in my constituency, and I know my colleagues share this view as well, to be involved in how the decision-making in this country is made. Make sure that you are able to speak to either your Member of Parliament who can stand up on the green benches in the House of Commons and say, I've been speaking to young people in my area. They want action on climate change. They want votes for people who are 16. If you are there, if you have a voice at the table, you can change things for the better.
We love seeing loads of young people come to visit Parliament. Often there's a lot of overwhelming excitement where kind of the people with the power to make decisions actually work.
We're going to London tomorrow night, and in the actual Parliament building we're doing a workshop that's included within the tour. So we get to see House of Commons, House of Lords, so it will be really interesting to see the fundamentals of what happens.
It's kind of interesting listening to the ideas or the opinions of people as they come to Parliament, because sometimes they've seen it a lot on TV, and when they actually come and visit in person, things look a little bit different. Like, one of the things I often hear is that the House of Commons chamber is actually a lot smaller than people kind of would expect it to be when they see it on TV. The room is actually only made to hold a kind of just over 400 of the MPs, even though there's 650.
One thing you'll realise is what you may see on television, maybe Prime Minister's questions, is the one a lot of people see, is that's not actual real politics. That's a show, it's a theatre, it's sort of two sides which come together for half an hour a week to do battle. Majority of politics goes on in committees where you work on a cross-party basis to actually make the changes that help everyone. So if that puts you off when you see the sort of argy-bargy people shouting at you, don't. That's not real politics. Real politics is Labour, Lib Dems, Conservatives working together to come up with a consensual agreement.
First time when I was in London and I saw the UK Parliament building, I felt surprised at how big it was. It just looks really grand, really old. You can tell it's been there a long time, and it's a bit surreal thinking about everything that's happened in there, all the laws that have been passed.
It's really exciting that they're opening the Elizabeth Tower. I haven't actually been up yet, and I'm really excited to go up myself.
I was there last year, but the scaffolding was still up when I was there, so I think it'd be quite cool to see, especially with the gold trimmings now. It's quite ornate and it's quite pretty.
Lots of people will kind of know it as Big Ben, but technically you can't actually see Big Ben, and instead Big Ben is actually the name for the biggest kind of bell that's inside the tower. It's kind of an iconic piece of architecture. Lots of people will see it on things that relate to London, like postcards and key rings, so to actually be able to come and sort of see it yourself, and maybe even go up it, I think is a really exciting opportunity.
It's your UK Parliament.
It's always nice to see young people visiting the building, especially where it's all happening.
Yes, but sometimes it's not always possible to visit there. But that's okay because you can still see the beautiful building by having a virtual tour.
Come on, I'll show you. These online tours are interactive and guided too, so you can get to see the House of Lords and the House of Commons chambers.
That's another task you could start this week. So take a look around our iconic chambers of UK Parliament. Put that onto your to-do list. There's so much to do this week, but so little time. But don't worry, you can carry on your road to democracy throughout the year.
Make sure you get a teacher or a parent to sign you up so that you can receive a free UK Parliament Week kit.
And when you're busy engaging with UK Parliament, don't forget to share your stories on social media with the hashtag.
So, how will you start your road to democracy?
UK Parliament is yours. Write to your MP, sign a petition, get involved.
Write to your MP, write to your local councillor, because I know often when I go to schools and talk to children and young people, they're quite concerned about very, very local issues that impact them, like the state of the roads or what's going on in the parks.
We've had people as young as 14 create their own petitions, got more than 100,000 signatures, and actually got them debated here in the UK Parliament.
The reason you should learn about democracy is because it affects everything that you do just now and will affect everything in your life.
It's so important that you get involved in UK Parliament Week and learn at Parliament, because it is your future, it is your voice. If you want to be heard, and if you want the country, your world, your family changed for the better for you, you have to stand up and say what you want. If you don't have that voice, if you don't speak about what you want, other people will make that decision before you.
If you could take one thing away from this, I just want you guys to all get involved and to remember that UK Parliament is yours.